Preview: Liverpool vs. Toulouse. Prediction, team news, lineups. The top two teams in Group E of the Europa League face off at Anfield on Thursday night as Liverpool play host to Toulouse. While the Reds are seeking to preserve their perfect record in this year's group stage, Les Violets also remain unbeaten and could climb to the summit with a famous triumph on Merseyside. After dropping points in their final two Premier League games before the international, Liverpool returned to winning ways when they beat Merseyside rivals Everton by a 2-0 scoreline at Anfield last weekend. Ashley Young's first-half dismissal certainly played into Liverpool's hands, but they had to wait until the 75th minute for Mohamed Salah to break the deadlock from the penalty spot before the Egyptians scored a second on the counter-attack deep into stoppage time to help the Reds maintain their position in the top four. Jurgen Klopp's side will fancy their chances of building on their derby triumph over the Toffees with favourable-looking league fixtures against Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth and Luton Town on the horizon. But they must first shift their attention to the Europa League, with Thursday's contest against a Toulouse side who they will meet for the first time since a 5-0 aggregate win in Champions League qualifying back in 2007. Liverpool have won their opening two games in Group E, with a 3-1 comeback win over Lask Linz in Matchday 1, followed by a routine 2-0 home success against Union SG 3 weeks ago, extending their unbeaten run in the Europa League group stage to 10 meters. Atches. The Reds, who have won all 6 matches at Anfield in all tournaments so far this season, and have only lost 2 of their previous 15 European home games against French opposition, can move 5 points clear of second-place Toulouse with a victory on Thursday to put them firmly in control of Group E at the half-W. Toulouse extended their unbeaten run across all competitions to 4 matches when they rescued a point on home soil in a 1-1 draw with Reims in League One last weekend. BG's Dalinga netted his second home goal in as many home matches with a close-range header to cancel out an opener from Amir Richardson just 3 minutes earlier. And Les Violets eventually settled for their 5th league draw of the campaign, the joint most in League One along with Rennes after 9 games. Also registering 2 wins and 2 defeats so far this season, Carlos Martinez's men unsurprisingly sit mid-table in League One following a mixed start to 2023-24. Just 3 points above the bottom 3 as well as 4 points adrift of the European places. Competing in European competition for the first time in 14 years, Toulouse resume Europa League duties on Thursday after claiming 4 points from their opening 2 matches in Group E, with a 1-1 draw played out at Union SG in Matchday 1 followed by a slender 1-0 home win over Lask Linz 3 weeks ago. Les Violets, who have failed to win each of their last 5 away games in all tournaments, enter Thursday's contest at Anfield as major underdogs. But success over Liverpool would see them record back-to-back European victories in the same season for the first time since 1987-88, when they beat Panionios home and away in the UEFA Cup first round. Team news: Liverpool will be without Andrew Robertson shoulder, Thiago Alcantara hip and Stefan Bajcetic calf due to injury, and teenage attacker Ben Doak muscle is also set to miss out, while Cody Gakpo, hamstring, has taken part in training but remains doubtful and will be assessed ahead of kickoff. Curtis Jones is available to return after serving the second of his 3-game domestic ban last weekend, and the midfielder could replace Dominic Szoboszlai in the first G, while Wataru Endo will compete with Alexis Mac Allister for a start in the deep-lying midfield role. Joel Matip, Joe Gomez and Jarell Quansah will all be pushing to start in defense, while Darwin Núñez will be hoping to force his way back into the front 3 at the expense of either Luis Diaz or Diogo Jota, the latter of whom has scored 7 goals in his last 6 Europa League games. As for Toulouse, Zakaria Abouklal and Oliver Zandon both remain sidelined with respective ankle and hip injuries, while Thursday's game may come too soon for summer signing Ibrahim Sissoko, who is yet to make his debut this season due to a foot problem. However, Stein Spearings is available for selection after serving a 1-match domestic suspension last weekend, and the Dutchman is expected to return to the first G to replace either Vincent Sierro Nicholas Schmidt or Christian Caceres Jr. in center midfield. Logan Costa is also available to return after missing the last Europa League game with Lask Linz through suspension. And the center-back is set to resume his partnership at the heart of the defense with Rasmus Nicolaisen. Liverpool possible starting lineup: Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Matip, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, Jones, Endo, Gravenberch, Salah, Nunez, Diaz. Toulouse possible starting lineup: Restes, Keban, Costa, Nicolaisen, Suazo, Spearings, Sierro, Caceres Jr. Donham, Dalinga, Jalabert. We say, Liverpool 2-0 Toulouse. Liverpool cannot take Thursday's opponents lightly, considering Toulouse remain unbeaten in Group E, and have also held both Paris Saint-Germain and Marseille in Ligue 1 this term. However, the Reds should ultimately have too much quality for their French counterparts, even if Klopp decides to rest a few first-team stars. And we expect the hosts to come away with a routine victory to move them one step closer to reaching the knockout rounds.